So that was the nervous system. Okay. Remember, nervous system is CNS and PNS. Okay. CNS actually involves brain and spinal cord. Okay. So this is the part where you can actually think. Okay. But PNS is for the sensory and motors. Okay. So when you feel, when you see, when you smell, okay, then that's the sensory. Okay. And sensory neurons, most of the sensory neuron actually is connected to the brain, okay? So that we can actually distinguish like what we feel, okay? But some of them is actually connected to the reflex arc. So without thinking, we actually take actions right away, okay? So for example, if we like touch too hot object, then we're gonna directly respond to that stimulus by like taking a hand off that object, right? So that kind of fast reaction actually is due to the reflex arc that's existent between sensory neuron, spinal cord, and then the motor neurons, okay? But other than that, all of the PNS and CNS are connected to each other, okay? And then 236. So the next system we're going to talk about is excretory system. Okay, so after we digest, okay, then all of the impurities or undigested material has to exit our body, has to excrete it out of our body. Okay, so the organ that actually participates in this kind of function is the kidney and all the other digestive system. Okay, so the kidney actually has like this series of tubules so that it can actually distinguish between the undigested subject and the material that has to be reabsorbed into our body. Okay. All right. So there are two organs that actually participates in the excretion. Okay. So first one was the large intestine, right? So at the end of the digestion, the undigested waste product, the undigested food, actually gets excreted through the large intestine, right? But the other one is the kidney, okay? So kidney also removes some water, okay? And all the materials that's dissolved in water that's unneeded in our body, okay? So this is like unneeded solutes, okay, in our body is actually excreted through the kidney. Okay, so kidney actually has to go through some kind of distinguish. Okay, so this has to check if the solute is actually needed or not. Okay, so they go through that, and if the solute is needed, then they're going to go through some process called reabsorption. Okay, so that's what occurs in the kidney, right? So in the blood, you have a lot of material that's dissolved in the blood, right? Remember, blood has plasma. Okay, and also you have red blood cell and white blood cells. Okay, cells can never go through this kidney structure. Okay, so this is actually called Bowman's capsule. Okay, and this actually receives the solutes that's diffusing out of the blood vessel. Okay, so this is the capillary. Okay, and this is a capillary that's like condensed. Okay, right before the Bowman's capsule. Okay, and then the solute actually diffuses out of the capillary directly into the Bowman's capsule. But in this process, okay, actually big molecules such as cells like red blood cells or white blood cells can never go through the diffusion because the walls aren't that thin, okay? So walls of a capillary is actually going to block those cells from going into the tubules like this, okay? So first, the solutes are going to actually diffuse out. This is called filtration. Okay, so in here, there's going to be glucose, right? All the ions, Na+, K+, calcium 2+, and the urea. So these kind of solutes that's dissolved in the plasma of the blood actually is going to diffuse towards the Bowman's capsule. Okay, then this actually sends these solutes towards the tubules. This is the kidney, right? So here in the kidney you have these solutes going through the loops. Okay, so as this does pass through, what happens is some of the needed solute actually becomes reabsorbed towards the blood. Okay, so some of the needed ones